Alright, Schlockmeisters fans, another re-review from my previous channel. This one's called Radioactive Dreams. Let's check it out. Alright, we have a prologue that tells us that a nuclear war broke out in 1986. And gotta find them keys. And this is that war. Or I should say the bomb. So a couple of kids were put in this bunker, Philip and Marlo. And now we're going to fast forward to 2001. John Stockwell plays Phil.
My name's Philip. And this is going to be a yarn about me and my pal, Marlo. About the day we got out of the shelter and went off into the post-nuclear world. Huh?
They were abandoned there by their fathers.
Cut, like we always figured, they're dead.
So they come out of their bunker for the first time in 15 years.
Think the world's changed much? Thanks.
They've spent their entire lives reading old detective novels and stuff from the 30s, 40s, and 50s, so that's the only life they know. They aren't prepared when they get attacked by some mutants. But they end up getting helped by this woman named Miles, played by Lisa Blunt.
Miles Archer. Yeah. I'm Philip. Marla! I think we lost him, Miss Archer.
You really are a Mondo nerd.
Those are the keys. Keys that will start the last nuclear weapon on Earth. So whoever has those keys has power. And now they're being chased again. Everybody's going to be coming after them trying to get those keys.
Hey, Miles' name ain't on the key case. Huh? Dash Hammer.
Dash Hammer.
Close for Pops, Bill.
They run into a bunch of gangs, including a gang full of kids. And then they meet Rusty.
Look at your kids running up on me, man. Just want to get you loose. Just want to... Oh. Ma'am. Ma'am. Let me...
She ends up taking them to this place, I think it's called Edge City. Can't trust everybody though, because they know they have these keys.
Oh. What is it about these keys, huh, Rusty? I mean, it seems like half the world's gone crazy over something.
Bill,
What?
shut up.
I trust you. Huh?
Now there's something I gotta tell you.
Yeah?
Before starting.
Before what, Rusty? Oh. Oh. Hi, babe. Hey, look. You know, we weren't doing nothing.
These guys are cannibals.
Animals? Would you kill for me? That's nice. They were. Give them to me.
And he escapes. Takes some effort, but they are able to get away. I don't know what that creature is, but it's some sort of giant dog-like thing.
Oh my God, them keys can launch a nuclear missile. See, Marlo, I was right. Miles wants to blow up the world too. Gotta get out of here before it's too late.
It is too late, Phil. I'm gonna blow your head off unless I get those keys.
Basically, they're in a post-apocalyptic world full of gangs.
Drop the fucking gun! Yay! Assholes. Why you
And all the gangs are against each other, too.
fucking the fucking keys?
They managed to escape from there, too, and
You got garbage.
he almost kills
Phil,
Rusty.
I'm sorry about the meat locker. And I'm sorry about all the lies I told you.
Save it, baby. That was a million years ago, and I got a short memory. In fact, I don't even remember who you are. Yo, I'd like to see him try.
They have a plan to get all the gangs to fight each other. They want to rid the place of gangs.
So far, our plan is working like a charm. Our little stroll through Edge City had stirred things up just right. With us as the bait, every big fish in the post-nuke world was following us into that warehouse.
And their plan usually basically works. Then they run into these two guys who are the leaders of the kid group, those little kids, the kid gang. But they're not who they seem to be.
Remember me?
Fathers. That's George Kennedy. Philip, though, is not too happy. He feels that they abandoned him.
He's not, Polo. No, he's not. He was the creeps that locked us in that bomb shelter 15 years ago.
And then there's a lot of chaos, including that giant dog thing.
Thanks.
Philip and Marlo decide they're going to stick around, hold on to the keys, and be detectives. With a little shuffle as well.
So that was our first day out in the post-nuke world. Me and Marlo agreed to go into business after taking a little time off. We went off looking for a prettier dancing partner, and I went off looking for Rusty. I figured maybe there was a chance for us. Oh, and about those keys. Well, don't worry, I stashed them in a safe place that only me and Marlo knew about. Yeah, we could have destroyed them, but well, we figured you never know. A tight jam, a nuclear missile just might come in handy.
All right, let's talk about this movie, Radioactive Dreams. It's a movie that I taped. I think I taped it off of cable back in 1986, maybe. It was a long time ago. I had it on a beta tape with a couple other things. I remember my Schlockmeister brother Jeff actually mentioned this movie and said I should tape it, and I wasn't very impressed with the movie, to be honest with you, and I'm still not impressed with the movie, so damn it. But I have it now, and I have the DVD now, so anyway, it's a post-apocalyptic thing. These two guys, Philip and Marlo, are locked in this bunker from age 4 or something like that. And they're in this bunker for 15 years. A nuclear war happens. They're still down there. Their fathers left them right before, I guess, the bombs went off or something. I don't know. So they're trapped down there for 15 years. Somehow they're able to survive. They have supplies, I guess, to last 15 years, if not longer. And they have a lot of old detective magazines, like 50s detective magazines and stuff. So they all they know is that lifestyle, you know, the 30s, 40s, 50s kind of American detective type of stuff. So anyway, they end up, after 15 years, they bust out of the of the bunker and go into this post-apocalyptic world. Well, they end up getting hold of these 2 keys. Apparently, these 2 keys are what you need to ignite the last nuclear weapon that still exists. How they stumble upon these keys or how they manage to get them, they just kind of fluked into it, but they have them now, and they want to go out and find their fathers, or at least one of them kind of does. They, out in the real world, they meet freaks and mutants and cannibals. They get captured. They meet a couple of ladies, one by the name of Rusty. Everybody wants these keys, though. They keep getting attacked and pursued because they have these 2 keys, and whoever holds these keys could be very powerful because they'll have access to the last nuclear weapon on the Earth, I guess. So they get kidnapped at one point by these cannibals. They get rescued. Then they're in this, like I said, a post-apocalyptic world where there's all kinds of gang violence and just weird stuff going on. They decide they're going to try to rid the place of gangs. So they have these keys, and they use themselves as bait to lure all the gangs down into this place, warehouse or something, I don't know what it was, and their plan was to have the gangs basically shoot each other, kill each other, which for the most part actually works. Now there's this gang of like kids, little people, kids, and turns out the kids gang has 2 leaders who are taller and older. Turns out they're their fathers. They take off their masks and they reunite, and then all hell breaks loose. There's a big firefight. You know, everybody gets shot. Ultimately, the 2 fathers die, but the gangs are pretty much rid of themselves. Our 2 guys decide they're going to keep the keys and, you know, I guess be popular and rid the world of gangs. I don't know. And they end the movie by doing this little song and dance number, and that's how our film ends. There you go. That's it. One brief nude scene, I think, was in this movie, and not much else. I've seen this movie a few times over the years. Maybe it's a cult film of some sort. I don't know. I just don't get it. It just doesn't jive with me. Yeah, it's just not for me. Radioactive Dreams. So, not available on DVD in this country. There's a German DVD, which is this one here. I read that there might be another German DVD, which was a limited release that had 1,000 copies of. That included the soundtrack album, which is kind of like almost like a punk soundtrack, I guess you could say, but came out in 1984. So anyway, that's it. I got the German DVD that does not have that soundtrack on it, but it is in English. There's an English soundtrack on the film itself in this movie, also in German too. But anyway, that's it. Last I looked, this DVD, again, I bought this 5 years ago. I think I paid like $50 for it, so I can't imagine it's come down a lot, but I remember also having a hard time tracking it down and finding it, so it's probably pretty rare. But again, I haven't looked recently, but I'll look, and I'll leave a link to something down below if you're interested in checking out Radioactive Dreams. So check it out, leave some comments on what you think about it. Watch it. Bye.